name of Allah, the most merciful to all, praise is due. The Lord of the world, the most merciful. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, I am very happy to meet you with your beautiful smiling faces. Makes me smile when I don't smile very often. You know why? I don't see you smiling towards Islam very often. When I see you smiling towards Islam very often, then you'll find me laughing all the time. You know, in the South, once there was a judge, and every time he would be late, he would pay $1 for every minute that he was late. Of course, you know he didn't pay that $1 fast. And so I am late this evening according to you and your count. But I'm not late. As long as you see my followers here, I'm not late. We have been teaching here with you for the last 6 or 7 or 8 weeks on the subject, the theology of time, the secret of time. Let us take it like that. You may be seated. Go ahead. No, right. We have a very much work there to do this afternoon, pardon me. And the secretary here, I would like for him to tell us, or rather announce to us, which is the same, who we have here of the people from upstairs. And pardon me, we have little languages around here sometimes that maybe you don't understand. But we're going to make you to understand. It is very good language for you. Brother Secretary wants to announce to me who is here of the intelligent class of people of this world. And we are the intelligent class of people of the other world to come. First, I want to say I'm thankful to Allah for the presence of my ministers back here. They don't carry guns, visible guns. They have hidden guns in their hearts. Once they shoot, they solid all of the little guns. So let us therefore our secretary Rasul.
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, who came to worship Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his true servant and last apostle, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, we are honored to have with us today Muriel S. Landa, an attorney at law from New York City. Would you stand, please? Muriel S. Landa. Please open this hand over here. Brothers and sisters, we have such a long list. What I will do is I will read the names of all of those who are present, and then we would like you to hold your applause until after the names, the list has been completed, please. Douglas Moore, radio announcer from WGBR-FM in Detroit, Michigan. John Proctor, president of Racine Electric Company in Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Ernest Bush, president of Bush Construction Company in Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Leroy Gill, president of Impact Plumbing and Heating in Chicago. Thomas Bullock from the Drug Council Project Rehab in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Charles Berkeley of Imports from Safari Distribution in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Roselle Newbill Sr., a hair product manufacturer from San Francisco, California. Theodis Wash, an insurance broker from Houston, Texas. Branson Turnstile, funeral director, Morse Funeral Home, Detroit, Michigan. Dr. Charles Williams, his wife, Mrs. Williams, and his mother. Mr. Bradfield, an owner of Bradfield's Fish Markets in Detroit. Mr. James Hillman from Morse Motor City Barbershops. O'Neill D. Swanson, director of Swanson Funeral Homes in Detroit. James Cole, director of James Cole Funeral Homes in Detroit. Mr. Clarence Jackson from CJ Variety Stores in Detroit. Mr. C. May, Linwood Glass Company, Detroit. Eunice Polk, master plumber from Polk's Plumbing and Heating in Detroit. Mr. Oliver Swift, clerk for Judge Davenport in Detroit. Mr. Frank Ditto from Frank Ditto Productions, Channel 7, Black Talk, WXYZ TV in Detroit. Mr. Harry Simpson, a broker from Cross Realty in Detroit. Mr. James Oden, Linwood Industrial Company, Detroit. C.W. Morris, a funeral director from Detroit. Mr. Eugene Ramsey from Moore and Ramsey Electric Sewer Cleaning from Detroit. James Harris, a funeral director. Larry Tunstall, a funeral director. Earl Smith, electrical engineer. Richard Burgess, an engine inspector from Pontiac Motors Division in Pontiac. Mrs. Maxine Young, a retired state representative from the 23rd District in Detroit. Mrs. Mattie Barrows, the secretary for Joe Lewis. Abdallah Lahab, a research technician from Detroit. Miss Shirley Huff, secretary for Ford Motor Company in Detroit. Mrs. Mattie Arnold, bookkeeper. Mrs. Rosa Titus, owner of Maritime gas stations in Detroit. Naomi Lanier, a school teacher from the elementary schools in Detroit. Cynthia Nicholson, a licensed practical nurse. Mrs. Melvina Cochran, a registered nurse. And Linda Morgan Jones, a personnel worker and a public speaker from Detroit. We also have a brother Alfred Jones, a PhD and instructor at Michigan State University in Lansing. And Mr. Bill Murray, director of Chicago Missions for the Area People in Chicago. Mr. John Crawford, vice president of Gardens Insurance Agency. Dr. Roger Berkeley, a dentist from Detroit. Mr. John L. Ford, a banker from Detroit. Mr. Harold Charles, an organizer for the Board of Education from Chicago. And Mr. Robert Hamick, a co-producer for WXYZ TV in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you very much.
We want to thank you whom the secretary have called off for visiting us here this afternoon. We hope that you will enjoy yourself, and that we're going to do all we possibly can to get over to you all that we can, so that when you leave here, you will have some knowledge of us and our presence in the world. In fact about it, this is what we are here for, to get over to you and acquainted with you of that which God hath sent to you through me. We want to get acquainted so fast until we are nervous. Our acquaintance means much. For a long time, 40 years, I have been among you, sounding this kind of a trumpet. So there was an end to Noah sounding his trumpet in his day and time. There was an end to Abraham and Lot sounding their trumpet in Sodom and Gomorrah. People at their time. And it also came an end to Moses and Aaron sounding their trumpet to Pharaoh and his people. These kind of trumpets is the mouth of men and the words proceeding from their mouth. These are the first trumpets that sound, called an easy sound, because they're coming from man's mouth. The other trumpet is not heard directly from the mouth. It passes through some mechanical instrument. That's the kind of trumpet I'm warning you to be aware of. They are lifting it up now. Don't forget that you're in the time that has been kept hidden from you by the enemy of the time. Why they keep this time a secret from you? Because they don't want you to know the end of their time. They know that you will be happy to meet your God and serve Him, because they are not the God that love you and want to serve you with freedom, justice, and equality. So therefore, they keep it hid. But Allah have raised me up from among you to open my mouth and tell you these things without fear. The Bible, a book of books, and it has the warnings in it. If understood, you also would know the time. It's given there in the Bible, but the enemy, knowing that it is referring to him in his time, that he made it, translated in such a way that you would never know. You would be just like the people of Noah and Lot and Pharaoh. That is why that he had to take one of the dead and give him life first, so that he can go round to the door or the other sleeping dead and ring on it and tell them to come on. In this knocking on the door to rouse the mental sleeper that he may wake up, join on to his own kind that is already waking. It is due to the fact that an enemy is shaking them to sleep as fast as the waker tries to rouse them. The enemy, the blue-eyed Caucasian race, have had the right to keep us asleep for 6,000 years. Now he admits to me that he knows that this time is meant for us to rise. But he said to me in Washington, 1942, he said, Elijah, we know this would come for a long time. But if you had started preaching it 20 years ago, you'd have been shut out right. Think over that. Me, little old boy, standing before Washington and getting such answers against you, and to verify the Bible teaching and Holy Quran that they kill all the prophets. A prophet of righteousness, a prophet of justice, had no place among the white race before today. They have tried to kill me, as you know, for many times. Many of you know this. They're still trying to do so. Through you. He's afraid himself, but he thinks you are foolish. And that if he tells you, go down there and kill life, you certainly will make an attempt. You're just that silly. You never loved yourself, and therefore you could not expect to be loving me to not try an attempt to take my life because the devil told you so. But here is a boy standing on this platform that you nor he can put that small time stuff over. We don't set you at the door thinking that your gun will go off and kill me. We just want to let you know the signs of the time, that the weapons of the devil will not be you. No more using the devil's weapon to kill the righteous of God. No. This is your last, brother, your last way out of this place. I'm not here to show off. I'm here to show you something, not to show off. The secret of the time been kept from the black man of America so long that he himself don't believe in time. We, the first to rise from among the sleeping dead, to instruct you, teach you the knowledge of the day and time you're living in. This is your day. and my day. The white man don't have nothing in this day but death. We can be proud if we want to, just because we may have a few dollars. That is dying all the way around the curve there. Everywhere you find a curve, and it's all curve, it's dying. A natural death. The stock market tells you hourly almost what your money's done. It's dying. I begged you last year, the year before last, to loan me your money. Pay you 10 cents on the dollar. But you think your great God, the devil, have plenty of money. And I will give it to him and let him pay me interest on it. Pretty soon, he won't be getting any himself. Nor you. But there will come a time. I want you to remember I'm not dumb of that. He will come out, making you to believe that he has a great future. God will fool him like that to get you. Like he did all the other great, strong people that he destroyed. He gave them a little break before their actual death. Made them to think that they was going to live a long time. But after that little deceiving break of joy and happiness in their way of life, death came to them right in the midst of it. While they prayed, while they married, while they were hating the messenger that was among them, all of a sudden the call came. We have it written in the book that as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be in the day of the Son of Man. Who is the Son of Man, Mr. Muhammad? We're all sons of men, brother. But this Son of Man is different from all of the other sons. The God that I call your attention to today is a son of a man. You used to hear this from the Christian's pulpit, and you had many imaginations about that Son of Man. What that actually means, that God, who has the power to bring in the judgment over the made man, he also is a made man and is a son of the real man. I know I'm not going to get... If I was in the church, they'd throw me out. Because they don't understand. The Son of Man, to usher in the judge man, is a made man too. The original man went and made him out of the made man and out of the original man. For what? He wanted to get part of each so that he could come and get you and me and divide us from the made man. Put us back where we belong in the original man who actually was not made but self-created. We are from a self-created God, not a made God. I hope you understand. You are a great people. A great people. Just think over, you are not a made person, but a created person. We can make something from that which is created. We can make all we want from it. But now let us create something. You can't do that. This temple here is from the material that was created in the earth when the earth was created. So the material is old and old and old because it's made out of the material that was created. The devil have not created nothing. If there be one of you, before you leave here, can prove to me that the devil have created something, I will give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket for lying. The white man have not created nothing. Everything he wanted to build his world with, he found it here that our Father had created. Who is your father? Mr. Muhammad, that is not the father of the white man. My father is not a made father. My father is a created father. After his self-creation, he began creating others. He is able to produce out of nothing something. I want to say to you the theology of time, the time that we are living in, the secret of the time was made so that you would not be able to know exactly when the time man is going off. For he will have you so full of fire against him, if you knew, you probably would take him off forever. The time expires. Who would not be angry with a person that was not satisfied in taking away our valuable labor, but took away from us the knowledge of God? That is the worst robbery you can do, to go and deprive a man of the knowledge of himself. You can't be robbed any worse. I'm not so powerfully late. We have been teaching on many things. We have also, and is today, teaching you how to eat and what to eat. How to eat to live. Why? Because it takes eating to live. You can't live without eating. But you must know what to eat and when to eat. Oh, doctor, I'm not after you. I know you still want to make a few more nickels. But let us all move around to a more healthy corner. All of our food been prepared by Satan is for death of us. How to eat to live. Number one, we must learn the right kind of food to eat. Second, we must know what time to partake of that food. And then, after we correct these errors that we have been making in food, we will start living. God cannot prolong our lives unless we obey Him in what to put in our mouth. Because what we put in our mouth keeps us here, and the same takes us away. You say, well, Mr. Muhammad, you get sick. Yes, I get sick. Maybe sick now. But it's not because of Muhammad. Ignorance that he's sick. No. He's well aware of his cause. How can I fulfill the Scripture if I don't suffer like you? We today must learn the mistake that our fathers made for following this devil out of Africa to come to the West. But it was for a good purpose. We learned something for following an enemy to his kingdom. An enemy was made to rule for a limited time. Not forever, but for a limited time. That God wanted us to get a thorough knowledge of the enemy and then make us the most wisest and the best people to use to build the kingdom of heaven, as they call it, on earth. Of the prodigal son. He had went off and went astray in a far-off country in the enemies of himself and his people. The poor man, he had no friend among them. And the Bible says that no one give unto him. But after God went out at the time when he knew that he would be seeking a friend, met him and escorted him back home to his family of kin people. He knew that this man was without the knowledge of self and the knowledge of the people that he had been serving and the knowledge of his people back home. He had lost knowledge of all. But God foreknew this. So he came out and met his son. Just the time that his son had decided in his heart that he will go home, he went out and met him. Beautiful fellow. At last there arose a famine in that land. To make that prodigal son come to himself, a famine rose there. The famine became so that it taken the bread away from the prodigal son and all the money that he had. He became in want. Yeah, we like to talk on this. To show you where you are. he became in one. And the one tore upon him so hard that he began to think over his own home, looking around himself, seeing hogs eating, getting fat off on corn, and he's getting lean off of nothing. He began to think over his father, wondering could he return to him after being such devil of a boy. He says, in my father's house, think over those words, he have bread to spare. Here this enemy of mine don't have bread for himself nor me. I will arise. Began to fix up his story, what he would tell his father. He says, and say unto him, I'm not worthy. He began to think over the things he went through with, taking an enemy for my friend, and now he himself have nothing. I don't have no job. I can't get a decent job. He want to give me a job feeding hogs. I'm not supposed to be around hogs, and my father and his family's a Muslim. And I got to get around a forbidden element that I should not touch. But yes, that is all. I got to get out of here. Father, I don't want you to recognize me as a son of yours. You are too great for that. I will insult the whole house, for I have lived among strangers. Where have you been? I've been astray. What did you find there? Famine. They don't have nothing to eat, Father. But you have bread to spare. And I'm here as I asked the stranger for a job. I didn't ask to be a guest of his. I just asked him to let me have a job. And he soon had no job for me. America soon will not be able to give you a job. You are the non-American. You are not the white man's kin, nor you his friend. Regardless to how you claim that you are his friend and will do good by him, you can't do it by nature. You both are different people altogether. He can't be your friend, nor can you be his friend. By nature, you are different. As the Holy One says in the 30s, that you are created by the nature, that nature which calls you to righteousness. And the devil is created by nature which calls him to oppose you. And he's doing it. And you want to have your parties, your conferences, to get together to see can't we find some kind of way of telling a white man that he's mistreating me. He knows that. He was made to treat you right. And he will tell you that. As he listened to me every minute of the hour. He has his mechanical instrument set upon me all the time. He hears every word I'm saying now. But he cannot condemn the words that I'm saying through this mic, that they are other than the truth. You will never see him out trying to face me to condemn what I say. Never. You can go tell him, come on down here, Elijah talking about you. He said, I don't want to see Elijah. No, he don't want to come down here to try to tangle with me in the truth. It's just like the Bible teaches you. They will shut their mouth at him. This is the hymn the book is talking about. They will hear me raging at them. Sometimes they'll ask some of my boys that stay around near his house. He said, was he mad with us? If I am angry with you, what do you want to do about it? Now remember that I'm the only man in America of your kind can talk like this, and don't you get out there to try to do what I'm doing. You can talk like me if you go strictly according to what I teach you. But don't go out like Peter. Just because he saw Jesus walking on the water, he thought he could do it himself. He had got so powerful, now he can jump out. And from his own self, walk the water. And the foolish man started sinking. Then he got frightened to death, calling on Jesus to help him. The water represents people. You notice that brave Peter was scared of the judge who was trying to judge the Jesus in the court, and he refused to bear witness that he was one of his disciples because he was afraid of the consequence of the judge. But Jesus, knowing that he would do so he went to work to just glance at him to let him know, remember what I told you? So Peter's heart failed him. I don't want your heart to fail you, because I want you to know the enemy that is trying to judge, people whom he has no rights to judge. Who is he that judges another man's servant? You're not supposed to take the righteous, you wicked devil, you, and set yourself up as the judge of them. No. We are no more here. We belong to another judge, another God. As the Jesus told his enemy when he was threatened to death, he told him that he could not judge him. So if I am wrong, let me go before my own judge and not you. You are not the one to judge me. So here he stands. This is he. The theology of time. Let me stop walling over this stand. Make you think that I'm a very sloppy fellow. They call that ignorance. They are not recognizing his stand that he's preaching from as a slaughtered from. No, I'm not. But I'm taking my time because I have been coming out here preaching to you on this subject for a long time. And I mean to bring it close to the end. Really, the end is the execution. Yes, sir. I used to preach in Detroit and many other cities. You'll never see me take a drink of water. But now, since my voice is getting a little kind of old, and it's got to have a little rest every now and then, I take a drink of water every now and then. I have a very good grandson. That's my grandson that you see pouring water in me. He can't pour the word in me, he pour the water in me. The time. What time? The time of a race of people that was made on time to serve time. Or certain limits of time. What is time? We have time as a motion. And we calculate from motion to motion. Or from movable to movable things. The Caucasian race, the white man, was made by one of our gods who looked into the giant of the man, the original man. And he found in the original man in his laboratory that the black man's germ had two men in it, or two people. And he learned from that knowledge how to separate the two germs. Our brown germ associated with our black germ, that brown germ could be separated from the black. This is what he learned. And he could deprive one of his life and make that he say rule that which he deprived of life. That's what happened 6,000 years ago, where you find it written in the Bible, let us make man. And in the Holy One, we made man. Let us make man. Who was the us? The us was black people. That was the us. Let us make man and give him dominion over all life. And then at the end of 6,000 years, remove it with death and set the original man back as ruler. Well, now, Mr. Muhammad, come on, we have something we could ask you. Yeah, I'm producing an argument. Yeah. Also, I'm producing the material to refute the argument. What that fellow said in the book? He said this, Mr. Muhammad. He said that in the volumes of the book, he comes. You can't single out a single book for him. If he comes in the volume of the book. Why? He answers himself because they are written of me. Then he challenges the reader. He said, you read the scripture, and in them you think you have life. Rather, you think that there is your salvation. But they only speak of me. I don't want you to think that I'm boasting, but look what is written. He said, this one is his firstborn. Firstborn from what? There's plenty men on this earth, mister. Who are you to say you are firstborn? He's my first spiritual born from the spiritual dead. I don't want to get rashy at you because you don't have the argument to come back to challenge me. But I want you to get away from that Bible whom Satan poisoned by the touch of his hand, taking out truth, adding in lies. Well, he took the truth and made it understandable for you by putting truth into various types of forms, making forms for you to understand. And in so doing, he also understands using symbols. And you never was able to read the symbols and understand the truth of it. So God loved you so well, He's taken one of you off a side. Open the books the Son read. I will analyze it. For 3 years and 3 nights, I was there sitting beside his side. 3 years and a half. Teaching me night and day that which has been hidden from us for 6,000 years, and that which was so poisoned that it just absolutely put us to sleep for the last 400 years. But I think, fellow, that I has been sent by Him, and He's backing me up to bring the enemy to his well-fought doom hell. You're looking for God to come. What God? You don't know. You was taught to know. You're taught. Where is He? And you look up in the sky. Where is He? Up there. And He can't single out He up there. Do the Bible teach you and me to wait for He to come from out of the sky? He said, the Son of Man. Man is on earth. And His Son. You can't look in the sky for God and His Son to come jumping out of the sky. That's what the devil's up there looking for now. And he will never find it. The parable is given. In the parable of the water that was gushing up out of the earth at the heel of Ishmael, while his mother running all over the hill looking for water. There was an ever-flowing spring at the heel of her son. Yes, I feel like going ahead. I don't feel like staying behind that no junk. I would like to make you acquainted with the Almighty God, so that you will know Him as I know Him, and whom He has risen in your midst out of nothing to bring you into something. Well, I reckon it's a good thing for me to be held down, as the Holy Quan teaches me. That's his Paul, Allah shut the messenger's mouth, that he don't warn me. Well, that's right, because he know I'm so over anxious to tell you what he has told me. And if he didn't shut my mouth every now and then, I certainly would keep it open. Speaking to you who number here around about 2,000 people, I want to tell you what God has told me. The secret is for me to tell. After God tells me in my ear, I jump up on the house top and tell it to you. He told me, he said, brother, when I tell you, you can get up on top of the house and yell out your wisdom. But I'm so anxious to tell you. He has to pull my coat. The time, the book says, that time, he says, tell them that time is up, and time shall be no more given to the time of the expirer. He will have no more time. Though God give him extra time, but nevertheless, time that was set for the right race is up. They're constantly telling you about their disagreements that they are having with each nation. I'm not going into the politics of the nation because I have declared to him I would take nothing to do with his politics, and I was not raised for no political man and to do that kind of service. If I even know it, not going to take no part in it as long as he lives. He got a corrupted political world. Let us stand and look at his God. Then when we build one, it will be one to live forever. Let him die the natural death of an enemy. As you may hear daily like I do. Oh, that's our people. Instead of the white people. We must do this and we must have that. We must choose this man. And we want this and that. He's wasting time. Get up. Get out and do something for self. Stop wasting time sitting around. Stop knocking it up and down the street, begging white people to give the old once slave something with him. As you know, these preachers, begging preachers, they don't beg for a chance to go for self. They beg for a chance to live with the enemy. He wants to go right back into the slave house. Sit down beside his slave master. Tell his slave master, recognize me as one of you. You would think he would want to get as far from his slave master, that is the east and the west. He see his slave master killing his black brother all up and down the street, all up and down the highway. And he's still begging, let me live with you. Accept me like you would accept yourself. All the history of slavery he reads, he should be begging the white man, loan me one of them cannons you have. It is awful to see a people treated like us by another people, then go back to that same people, begging them to make us their friends and their brothers. I get so vexed when I hear our people begging for a place with the devil that I can hardly sleep anymore that night. That's the truth. Begging his enemy now to take his own life. I don't want to live. I want to die with you. That's what he's telling him. I don't want no Elijah's teaching. I want to be your friend, not Elijah's friend. Hating white folks. Poor, foolish man. I don't want to go with him. I'm not going nowhere with no God from you, Mr. White Man. Oh, my brother, if you only could see what I'm looking at, you will wish that you had not been born on the same earth that they're born on. Oh, my beautiful sister, running around, laughing in his face. Every time he look at you, you want to show him, yes, sir, I love you. Why do you love the white man? Because he's unripe. This is why. You're not looking at the principle of the nature that he's made out and in. All you are looking at is the surface of unripeness. And you are ready to cast your little black baby into fire to go along with him later in fire. It's awful. But this is the great day of separation. Time. We heard of this kind of time coming ever since we were born, right? Time what? Time for the great separation of black and white. The Bible teaches you there will come a great separation, and that the sheep and the goats will be divided. The goats to the right. Why to the right? Because in the creation they were created right, and they should stand to my right, representing the members of the creation as being right. You don't want to stand there. To my left, stand the goat. Why do I call him a goat? Because the mischief-making goat This man is lacking. A goat will go out, climb the clothesline, eat up your clothes. He will walk on your nice clean rug and then turn around and chew it up. So God give him the right name when that he said he was like a goat. Poor little sheep stands over here, making no trouble with no one. Oh, brother, it's something to think of. And I saw a lamb, not a kid, goat, but I saw a lamb. Think over how that he starved, the race is up. Out of the lamb's mouth proceeded great words that the enemy couldn't stand the words. Then all the people rose up, blind, deaf, and dumb, to the understanding of the symbolic lamb. They called it Jesus back there 2,000 years ago. Whole thing. They had not studied the nature of the lamb, of why a person is called a sheep. How could Jesus be called a sheep? How could he be called a lamb? He was not the first of his people for you to call him a lamb newly born. The world would have been changed in his day and time. Why he's called a lamb? Oh, here further in the Revelation, because he's the first that is born to bring about a new civilization. And he's the first of that new civilization. Yes, Brother Stein. Now, if we say the time is come, all of our lives we have been blowing off our mouth over the time will come, when the time comes, and when the time comes, this and that. Now I want to talk with you, and he is talking with you. How much knowledge do you know of the time? Why do they go and prefer the judgment as the time? They are talking about the judgment of the devil Caucasian. Why is they referring to it that the time will end? And they mean judgment. They understand that. If the white man was made and that the God liked the man, and he gives the man dominion over all things that was created by him. Okay, then why did he make this man for destruction, knowing when he made him that he intended to destroy him? Why did he make the devil? He made the devil, brother, to show you and me how much wisdom was locked up in the black man that had never been made clear to the black man, the wisdom that was in him. So, if God made a man to kill, why? He made this man and shaped him in form like he made himself. In the same form did he make his man. That's why he said, you made like unto his God. I guess you would like that I first. But since mankind, not the man, but mankind, must be destroyed, because mankind affects the man. Therefore, we must remove from man that which affects man. So it is the mankind that is affected, the original man. Read the devil, blue-eyed Caucasian's history. From start to finish, he has been an enemy to black men all the while. He poisons everything that comes to us. He lays hand to it to poison. Now you're getting books to read how that he has destroyed and continues to destroy you. You have lots of books teaching you today. He's putting them out himself. How that he is poisoning the black man in his food and in his water and his medicine. He's poisoning it. He don't want especially to leave his black slave here whom he taught from the cradle. Now for God to take that same man which is written that he has taught, he will teach him the wisdom how to rid the earth of him. You must remember, bear in mind at all times, that Jehovah did not drown Pharaoh. He made Moses to do the job. And run over here to the last of the book. He did not sound the trumpet himself, but he made an angel. Told the angel where to go and how to stand. You must remember how to understand the theology of God's teaching. You must understand. I teach it to you how to eat to live. Now, after you eat, I can tell you about how long you will live if you eat like that. But I can't tell you if you're going to, after eating your good meal, go then and spoil it with the poison meal. God cannot lengthen our lives unless He takes control over what we eat. Because what we eat keeps us here, and what we eat takes us away. You eat the right food, and at the right time. You say, well, Mr. Muhammad, is you doing all of that? No. I have to live a spirit among you like yourself. Then after living the same life that you're living, and then God bring me out of that life that you're living, then still give me life to live the life that He wants me to live. He picked up Job, and he turned him over to the devil. Told the devil, there he is. all you want, but save his life. I didn't give you his life, but I give his life for you to do as you please with it. But yet after you do it as you please, he'll be back to me. You speak probably as Job's friend. You must have done something, Elijah, that God afflict you like that. Yeah, I did something. I did the same thing you did. That's why you afflict. But don't think I don't know how to be wise and healthy. I already have that along with me. But I want to show you that I can live your life for a certain time and then come out of it. As you know, the next or the past 6 or 7 weeks, I was up here. Yes, brother. That's right, brother. But today you hear me speaking. As the Bible says, getting out the secret of the mule and Baal. Baal told him when he asked him, "Why did you beat me these 3 times?" He said, the Baal says, "Because you mocked me." He never said why and what was the mockery. That the donkey was mocking him with. He never did say that the mockery was due to the nature in which he was made. And the donkey had learned that by the nature in which his master was made in, that he shouldn't be carrying him on his back. So he looked around, he stopped, and he said, "Get down, man." And what he said, it was meaning, "Get off of my back. You are not such that should ride me. I should be riding you." You must, from this day on, remember that you have been the donkey for the white man. Remember that. Yes, I feel pretty well. Eating the hog. Doctors won't tell you to stop eating the hog because they want the job. But not that they don't know that the hog is a poison animal, which should not be touched by man's flesh. Well, when a man wants a job, you can't afford him because you're trying to find him one. But I say to you, tell your doctor, don't eat hog. He'll be a doctor for you a long time. Those little poke worms that you call that weave through our flesh. And they keep weaving till they get into the spinal cord. And they keep weaving. building up a family into millions everywhere you go. They are not the kind of warning that will prolong your life. He will shorten your life. Don't eat hog. Don't eat no kind of meat if you can help it. But if you will eat meat, eat the best of the meat. The sheep's meat, it is not no glorified meat, but it's better meat than the rest of the meat. Don't eat either kind if you can help it. There's no meat that is good to eat, so God taught me. If you just must have a piece of meat, go take that little young pigeon that never flown away from his nest. Eat him. But after he leave his nest, don't eat him. When I went to Egypt for the first time, I saw so many pigeons one morning, squawks, coming in early to Cairo. They looked like little cages of birds that we cage up here when I looked out and saw them. So I went down to the market to look at them there. And when I went to the market there in Cairo, saw all of these little birds, I said, those are the birds we need in America. This whole truckload of them coming in like the chicken raisers here, come in with their flour, full of birds. I want to say again, I didn't see a piece of hog coming in. I want to say again, you don't go among Muslims asking for no hog. So he'll show you the way out. This dirty, no-good animal lives off filth. You can't offer a hog anything that is too filthy for him to eat. He eat anything. He is a dirty rascal. And he's so dumb, if you feed him, he'll never look up to see where it's coming from until you stop dropping it down to him. Then he run all day there looking for another mouthful of that food with his nose in the ground. When he gets through, he goes driving his nose up in the ground looking to see if anything went down in the earth. He'll turn up the earth for you. He is a no-good animal. He got an ugly eye. Don't eat the hog. When you eat him, your children born from you, they will have some of his characteristics going along with the head hung down, having muddy, reddish looking eyes. Don't eat that animal, please. You'll never see the hereafter if you keep salting your hand and your mouth in that place. They won't let you live near to them. Nope. They're right. God says to Moses, don't eat that animal. Don't touch that animal. Think over that. Don't touch his carcass. He's a forbidden animal to you to eat. Here's the devil come along. What's wrong with him? I don't see nothing wrong with that hog. His meat is good to me. Tell him and say, you devil, you go ahead. That's who it was made for. Well, if God made him, he mean for us all that, except what he make, all what he make is good and very good. Brother, you haven't learned the truth. He made the hog to cure the white man's diseases. This is medicine. The hog is a medicine animal. I used to, in the South, if I got a fall on me, I'd go cut off a piece of that salted pork, apply it to that coming ball there, boil, and it would help bring it, you know, to an end by bringing up all of that poison to the surface. Then I busted, and there go the poison that was making me sick, running out. And then I go now and eat that thing. Oh, brother, it's terrible. Let us never eat another piece of hog as long as we live. If we live 20,000 years, AP, that hear this today. You won't be classified as a good member of first-class society, and you won't see the kingdom of God. Not one hog eater will enter the kingdom of heaven unless you stop feeding the hog. This is one teaching God gives to me special. Don't you eat no hog. Over there in the dominant society of Islam, if you mention the name of it, they don't want you in their society. Don't even talk about a hog in their presence. I had experience. I've been over there and I visited both holy cities, Mecca and Medina, and all the others here in what they call the Near East Holy Land. So you're not listening to a man that'll have some knowledge of what he's talking about and the people and whence it came from and been observing it all their life. I'm a man that have visited the people of Mecca and Medina and what you call the Near East here around in Egypt and the northern part of Africa. So I'm not saying things that I don't know what I'm talking about. I have a captain here that has visited all of these places herself, and that's why I choose her for our captain. Because she had experience of the people of Islam and of other than Islam. And she can help me with my women folk and teaching them the knowledge and characteristics of the Muslim woman. And then if she don't carry it into practice herself, I got a big lake over here. How to eat to live. I'm bringing out to you a very beautiful book on that. It will be a hardback, and you're going to like it. And I'm not going to try to get rich off you in Christ. I don't want that, because I want to give you the truth. But what it costs me to get the book in shape to be published, I have to pay the man. He won't give it to me. So then I have to charge you a little something. But it'll be out probably before the year's out. Then you have that nice little hardback book with golden letters on it, How to Eat to Live, which means how to live and have life that you are satisfied and you love to live that life because you get something from that life. I reckon you all say he certainly does teach a long time. You can make life faster than you can remake it. I hope you understand. All to eat to live. Then let you know man has been studying this old man's history throughout his history. How to live long. His life becomes so short after the devil was made and mixed in the black man, the original man, follow after him. Too short in his life. That he has been praying to God all the while, night and day, how to live, how to prolong his life. This has been the study of the scientists all these many years of ours. How to lengthen man's life. And it's simple, but the enemy makes it a very puzzling study. But it's simple. In the hereafter there will be no doctrine, only for such things as bruises and broken limbs, but not for the physical care of the physical body. There are people over there right now, I ran into them, that they are ashamed to tell you if they feel sick, because they know they should stay well. Go there and meet them for yourself. If they are sick, they're ashamed to tell you, because they made themselves sick. See, that sickness comes from your own self and from another man. It is not that God created sickness for you. He didn't create death for you. We kill ourselves by not knowing how to live. You can, and I can, live as long as I want to, and you can live as long as you want to, if you know how to eat to live. And the water of our earth being poisoned by this blue-eyed devil, cutting your life short by drinking even the water. He have learned how to poison. And that he is the one who punishes us in our drink for our lives. And he's fixing us up too. Yes, sir. He knows that he's going. He knows that the black man is going to put that going to him. He knows that. Therefore he's angry with black man, seek to destroy every black man on the face of the earth. But leave me a little alone. I don't care how good you think your beautiful snake-eyed and blue-eyed devil look to you. He wants to destroy you. And doing everything to destroy you and me. Today. Not tomorrow, but today. Oh, would that you understood. Well, how are you going to escape? I'm going to follow my God and do everything He tells me to do. Don't think that they mean any good to you and me. No, no. He come to me and laugh. How you do, Mr. Muhammad? How you do, Mr. Jones? Shaking his hand. Both of us have death in our heart for each other. brother, because the time have arrived. I want to eat. For what? Mr. Muhammad to live. So, my beloved brothers and beautiful sisters, you are beautiful. Soon after this war, about the going out of the war, he's going to bring you in, as the Bible says, that it is not yet, or we don't know yet what we will be like, but we know that we will be like Him. Why? Because He must make us like Him in order to prove His civilization He makes. If we don't look like Him, then He could deny making us, and we could deny being made by Him. But we will be made like Him. So He told me all about that. That's a great long lecture within itself of what you will look like in the hereafter. He have given me that knowledge and how you will be changed into that way. So I have all of that in my little old big head here. But you, as a child, you must know your alphabets first. I'm looking for help. I'm looking for the black scientists that know something about how to build and how to tear down. I want both, a wrecker and a builder. So if you will write me, tell me what you can do and what you're willing to do for me and my work that you are learning now very fast. Do something for yourself, Philip, for the black man, wherever you can. We have a job here on the south side that I'm determined to bring it through. Make the black man rule himself in the south side. You'll be on rule. I will teach you how. As you see, I'm my own ruler. And those that follow me, they are coming along fine. They soon can go for themselves. Some of them are already going for themselves. This is what I want to do. I want you to be yourself and rule yourself. Don't jump out before now you get your diploma, lest you come running back to me. Wait till I tell you that you can go for self. Don't try before you get the diploma or your degree, if you have already gotten a diploma, from some part of this work or over some part of this work, get now your degree. I thank you and all of these visiting people that is visiting us this afternoon, and these scholars and scientists that we have among us here. I hope that you will remember to write me and visit me again, This is my house here. You'll find me here. And I'm grateful and thankful to Allah for you. I want you to follow me to save your life. Go home tonight and listen at what the radio is telling you. And if you give it your attention, you will say, Muhammad is telling me the truth. I better run for my life. There is much more that I would like to say to you that you probably wouldn't have the patience to listen. Because I could stand here the way I feel right now and tell you. I want you to remember today I have one of my greatest teacher here going along. What are you hiding behind there? Take them over 3 4 brother. Come on out here where they can see you. We have with us today our great national preacher. The preacher who don't mind going into Harlem, New York, one of the most worst towns in our nation, our city. It is our brother in Detroit and Chicago, Harlem, New York. But I want you to remember, every week he's on the air, helping me to reach those people that I can't get out of my house and go reach like he. I want you to pay good attention to his preaching. His preaching is a bearing of witness to me and what God has given to me. This is one of the strongest national preachers that I have in the bounds of North America. Everywhere you hear him, listen to him. Everywhere you see him, look at him. Everywhere he advised you to go, go. Everywhere he advised you to stay from, stay from. So we are thankful to Allah for this great helper of mine, Minister Farrakhan. He's not a proud man. He's a very humble man. If he can carry you across the lake without dropping you in, he don't say when he get on the other side, just see what I have done. He tell you to see what Allah have done. He don't take it upon himself. He's a mighty fine preacher. We heard him every week. And I say, continue to hear our Minister Farrakhan. We want to unite together for the sake of God who wants to save us. We can't be saved from the destruction of an enemy by making friends with the enemy and believing in him more than we believe in God. Come out of her. Your Bible says, come out of her. Be not partaker with her and her destruction. Come out of her. I tell you what I'm going to do. If you don't come out of it, brother, I'm already out of it, and I'm going to keep running to keep from getting back in her. Let us go home and eat to live. We get hungry. All the saints that ever you read of that fasted and prayed, they was eating people. Some of you here and read of that they eat nothing but vegetables. What they was eating. So let us eat to live. God have taught me to teach you how to eat to live. I thank you for your patience and for your endurance. Let us go and eat to live. Thanking you. All the time I pray that God able you to live the years of Noah, of Methuselah. I pray that you live 1,000 years too. So, I thank again for your nice, beautiful respect of my presence among you. I thank you. May Allah respect you in the kingdom of heaven. As I say unto you and turning you back and the hand of our assistant minister to take care of your dismissal. I don't want him to beg you to death because I'll be back next Sunday asking you for a little time. So may the peace and the blessings of Allah go with you wherever you may go and find your family with the greetings of Allah on your return to you, rejoicing that you went out, mother and father, to hear the word of Allah. As I say unto you, Assalamu alaikum.